it is a effort to pay attention and also take detailed notes in real time. So, like, Hannah, the fact that your notes are complete as they are after just the session continually impresses me.
I mean, it's 100% a, like, some brains are different sort of thing, because for me, it's 100% a method to be able to take note, to pay attention. Yeah. Like, it's the thing that I do to give my hand something to do, so that my brain is able to focus. If I don't take notes, it's much harder. Like, I don't really take notes for my Monday night games. We have somebody else who takes really, really a lot of thorough notes. So I will take Corinne-style notes. And sometimes not even that, but it often means that I have a fidget toy or my Switch with just a puzzle game up or something else something in my hands instead. Yeah. Which, something that's like low mental impact that your hands can work on. Yeah.
So, Marina, you would be very impressed by my notes from the Dragon Heist campaign that Hannah ran, because that particular character was a knowledge cleric, and
were you playing a Callie version?
Yes.
For that one?
Yes, it was like an alternate universe Callie.
Where Callie didn't have to be in an arranged affair.
Where she basically was just like, hard pass, I'm gonna join the clergy.
No thank
you. And she basically ended up like living in the library, and my notes are so robust because
incredible
knowledge clerics where rogues get expertise in like 2 skills of their choice, knowledge clerics get expertise in 2 knowledge-based skills. So she had expertise, like how rogues roll on like, like how Corinne can roll on persuasion checks was how Callie could roll on like arcana checks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Just love that for her.
Yeah. So I was like scrolling through notes. Like I think Hannah multiple times was just kind of like, wait, what? You remember this?
Yeah. Well, because I'm used to you not having notes.
Yeah.
So the first time you were like, wait, I think there's this. Yes, here's the note. I was like, what? What's that? And like, I know you pay attention, and like, I'm not surprised when you know things, but that's different than scrolling through elaborate notes. It was very exciting. Like multiple times, I had that realization because my memory is not always what it should be.
Well, I love that.
Actually, the TDK before I started doing the recaps there was a similar thing, because Tab was almost never paying attention to anything, but I was doing my same note taking for focus thing, and I remember there being a bit of a audible double take from several people on the call that the first time I did do the recap, and it became clear that Hannah was paying attention even if Tab wasn't.
Yeah. So Hannah and Rob were my 2 big for TDK, rather, were my 2 big like remembers what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, I heard.
Rob had a character who could actually make use of this knowledge.
Amazing.
But when one of the 2 were out, it was always like,
I remember you weaponizing it once to see making somebody who was not one of us do the recap just to see to find out.
Yeah, I think I did. I was like, okay, anyone.
It was a very long silence.
I pulled the teacher thing where I was like, okay, anyone in the back of the class?
Exactly. Good gracious.
I think John stepped up.
That checks out. He's a good boy.
Feels like the 3rd level. Okay, let me just pull up a couple of my notes. Like I said, I came in with my hair on fire. Sam forgot today was Coasties until about 5:47.
Oh, buddy.
These things happen.
Because I'm like, okay, I gotta get dinner ready, and like I got dinner ready. He's like, wow, you're really, because I prepped all my lunches for this week, because lunch at the work cafeteria has deteriorated with several people getting going on leave, getting sick, going on vacation, things like that. Like the good chefs have been out. So and also I realized I was way overpaying for like a salad or some chicken and vegetables.
It adds up.
Yeah. Even
absolutely.
Even at like cafeteria, which is like, you know, a hospital cafeteria is not generally meant to gouge you, but.
And yet.
But there's a limit. There's a limit.
Oh, I don't know. Some of my coworkers, so there's a system that they use that you can use your employee badge and it takes it automatically out of your paycheck. And I have had...
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, convenience. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Too convenient,
Convenience
very dangerous. I have had
Yeah.
coworkers that literally are like, I got cut off because I bought too much stuff with my badge this week.
Wow.
And I'm like, why? How?
Ow! Yeah.
But they'll be like, oh, I'll just badge it for you. And I'm like, that's real money though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'd never set it up. They're like, oh, you didn't remember to set this up. I was like, no, that's by design.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not
I
handing
opted
you,
out.
yeah, if I'm not handing you my physical bank card, I will not associate that with money.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, no.
Just staring into a dish.
But also it's been like, and $6 isn't bad for a salad with, you know, nice cheese and stuff like that. But I own a kitchen. Anyway, notes. Anyway, so I had all my meals prepped. I went grocery shopping this afternoon, got all the meals prepped, and made dinner at the same time. And
Impressive. Multitasking.
no, my meals for this week are just a smaller scale of what I made for dinner tonight.
Sure. No, thank you.
I just threw some vegetable... Do not think I'm getting fancy. I threw some vegetables into some sheet pans and called it there.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I think the most impressive thing was I remembered to thaw the chicken. But yeah.
Honestly, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Sam's like, oh, you're cooking, you got everything done? Your dinner's ready? I'm like, yeah. It's almost 6. You gonna take Liam to the bedroom? He goes, why? I'm like, 'cause it's Coasties night? And he went, I forgot it was Sunday.
That's, you know.
Yeah.
To
Time
be
is hard.
fair, last week was kind of wild in terms of just like timing and space and
Oh my,
what.
yeah.
Can't believe
Last
that
week was kind of wild.
Can't believe that was only last weekend. It was.
I know.
Feels like... Also, it doesn't help that I've made a bunch of, like, large life decisions, so...
Yeah. Packed a lot into your week.
A lot of large life decisions?
I have more or less decided I'm going to leave my job and find a new one.
Freaking finally. If they're not going to make you do the job that you were hired for.
I was
Like-
so miserable going into work. Not Wednesday. I expected to be miserable going in on Wednesday. I was so miserable Thursday. I was like, this isn't healthy.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry.
I was like, I really want to quit. I'm gonna find a new job. I'm gonna look tonight. I looked, and I applied to a couple of things. Nothing in healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday I went in and I got to go back to my back office and do like the favorite thing. My favorite thing to do is just to sit in my back office, have my headphones in, not feel like my team lead was out, so I didn't have to feel the judging stares of my team lead. And I could I didn't even have to call patients. Like this task required me to just literally do basic research into a long list of things.
Oh my gosh.
And it was still miserable. Like, I was like, this is literally my favorite part of all... This is, like, my favorite part of any job. And I'm still miserable. And then my...
That's very clarifying.
And then my practice manager came in and said, oh, aren't you glad to be back here? You know, must be great to really start working on, like, surgical scheduling stuff. And I was like, she genuinely doesn't remember that we've had this same conversation 4 times.
Oh, no.
Oof.
Because she keeps... coming back every time I'm back there for more than a day or two, congratulating me on moving back to the back office for a day or two. Or finally moving back to the back office. And then I get shoved out front for a month. And then the cycle repeats. And I'm like, you genuinely don't fucking remember that we just had this conversation.
Yeah, that's not sustainable.
And then I ran to go run charts upstairs, and she's like, oh, you must be so happy to get out of that little room all by yourself. And I'm like,
no.
bitch, you don't know me. I I would like to
Yeah.
sit in a closet all day with an inbox and an outbox. That is my ideal job. I sit in a closet that's all mine. And no one looks at me.
No one bothers me. Yeah.
There's an inbox
Yeah.
and an outbox. And once the inbox is completely empty, I get to go home. That is my ideal job.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
I'm not even an introvert generally, but like, that is my ideal job, is just sit in a back office where I don't have to talk to patients or customers or anybody.
I mean, you don't need to be an introvert to hate customer service because
Yeah.
it sucks.
The people are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want to sit in a room all by myself and not have to deal with anyone else's bullshit and work on a set of tasks.
Extremely fair. Well, I hope that the right one comes up ASAP.
Yeah, I've got a couple of interesting feelers out, including for office coordinator gig for a company that's literally listed as confidential.
Ooh, oh.
I hope it's the FBI.
That'd be fun. I answered phones for the Secret Service for a little while, so
Ooh.
Transferable skills.
I answered the overnight midnight phone for the Secret Service.
Oh.
Let me
boy.
tell you
Wow.
about some fucking crazies.
Oof.
I talk to a crazy guy like every goddamn day.
Oh no. Oh dear.
He was fine. You just had to know how to de-escalate him. And how you de-escalate him is like, yep, I'm definitely sending that report.
Definitely.
Uh-huh. Oh,
For sure. 100%.
Oh, Ellen DeGeneres is spying on you for the Russians? Sure, yeah. I
Huh.
hear that. It definitely
That
sounds like
seems-
something she would do.
I'm sure it is in her copious spare time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he 100% thought that Ellen DeGeneres was a Russian agent.
Yeah, okay.
It's an
Sure.
interesting choice.
I used to write short speculative fiction about, like, what if he was right, though? As
He
just-
was right.
It's just writing exercises. I was like, yeah, but, like, what if Robert Downey Jr. was an alien, though?
I mean, who can say truly?
So yeah, I'm just trying to find one note in the Dramatis Personae. I promise.
Which one? We don't know. We'll find out, maybe.
Well, it's clearly about a person.
Who is dramatic.
Who's not in here. That's gonna
Oh
be helpful.
no!
Don't worry, I love you all. I'll just ask.
It's gonna make it hard to find the note if they're not in there.
Yeah.
So who wants to talk about what happened last game?
We woke up. Well, some of us woke up. Some of us don't need to sleep. Eliana was at the court. Yes, this is the next morning. Vamiel had made breakfast. Eliana stuck around at the court for a little bit and talked a little bit about how she was concerned for her friends and had a sort of a leisurely morning with Uriel. Grim slept in. Corinne got up a little early by her standards, and they talked about how Grim didn't want to have to see anyone, but also it would be a bad idea if they stayed in the room for a week. And how Corinne had an errand to run. So there was a lot of sort of gesturing towards Grim leaving the room before they actually did it. But Corinne got pastries in bed and then went out on her errand, which turned out to be, to the surprise of some of us, meaning me because I had forgotten this was a thing. Maybe others of us too, but I can't speak for you all. Was going to the Temple of Saloon to get a whimsy hopefully put into the stuffed bosun. So she found Ramiel, chatted with Ramiel, who did the ritual, which turned out to involve summoning a celestial and then asking for help. The celestial was a bit surprised by this. I guess I had there was a vibe that she was normally summoned for smiting rather than whimsy insertion, but she was willing to roll with it. And now Corinne has to go to the Hero's Garden tonight to do something that involves being quiet in the dark and being good with a sword. Also, Ramiel is taking Erebus to the Gentle Mermaid for dinner and dancing. I don't think we knew at this point that this was Alina's idea that Ramiel had taken at face value, but that became clear in a side chat at some point. So Corinne was now then on the mission of getting Erebus appropriately dressed to go to the Gentle Mermaid for dinner and dancing, because it's a real fancy place. Eliana had a conversation with Ilya about the previous day's activities in the City of the Dead, and about how Ilya was trying to go to sleep even though she was still up in her office for a long time. Maybe she prepares to go to sleep by talking to traumatized adventurers. That would be an unusual tactic, but Ilya's an unusual person. And they talked about Eliana's concerns for Grimm and Eliana's struggles with whether or not she loves Uriel, and whether or not Uriel... Well, they didn't talk strictly speaking about whether or not Uriel said, "I love you" like that, or whether he was just talking. But either way, Ilya gave advice. Eliana's considering the advice. Then it was office hours continued as Grimm showed up to talk with Ilya, whereby and denied having sacrificed the world to a giant tentacle monster. Which is a good way to start any conversation. And yeah, Grimm was there to... Oh, Grimm got assigned a new full name so that Ilya could yell at them, which she didn't do, but now we know what she would yell if she did. And Grimm borrowed some armor and a shield and a second scimitar. They didn't, technically speaking, borrow a second scimitar. They were handed the second scimitar. And asked for some help with sword practice. So that happened. Erebus went shopping 1.0 because Sable needs clothes. We don't know of anyone else who needs clothes at this point in the day. Just Sable needs some better fitting clothes. So Erebus took Sable shopping for better fitting clothes, got some nice snacks for the dragons, and took her shopping bags back to the call, which pleased Corinne because, hey, Erebus has already gotten some better fancy clothes and is appropriately dressed for the Gentle Mermaid. Except that wasn't what happened. So Q shopping trip 2.0, this time with Eliana along because she arrived and tagged along as well. So the three of those went down High Street looking at clothing options. And Eliana and Erebus talked about feelings and what love is and isn't. And Corinne talked about none of this while steering the shopping. And everyone was happy? ? It seemed very successful on all accounts. I should probably take a breath at some point. After the shopping trip, everybody went back to the call, and on Grimm's way, they stopped at the... Wow, this recap came unhinged very quickly, off the rails. So Grimm stopped at the Wizard's Tower, bothered Bones on her honeymoon a second time. They don't know it's on her honeymoon. It's fine. They don't feel bad about it. She's just on a trip. She wouldn't answer the door if she was bothered. Didn't want to answer the door. So Grimm now has a couple of 5 to 6 Wizard's First books on magic that they have borrowed. Where by borrowed we mean filling out a library card under the name Grimson Canary Jones because Fleming said they had to. And then everybody convened at the call, and it turns out that even fancy new clothes doesn't distract everyone from noticing that you're walking up with a breastplate, an extra scimitar, and a shield, and a stack of magic books. So Grimm got mocked a little bit, apologized to Eliana for yesterday. They had already apologized to Erebus. I guess I missed that part in the recap. Corinne brought Erebus up to speed as to Grimm's magic, loss of magic. Erebus brought Corinne up to speed as to the Drow Paladin book having 3 pages that are actually based on Ramiel's life. Eliana went to visit Karis. And I think that's more or less it, except for the side chats, where there were lots of conversations about feelings between Grimm and Eliana. She told them that she's Ace, and they told her because she asked that they can't do magic anymore. Eliana helped Erebus get into her fancy dress because they always have clasps in uncomfortable and difficult to access positions. And they talked a little bit more about relationship-y stuff. And Erebus and Ramiel went on a date and don't understand how menus work. Well, they understand how menus work, but not fancy menus. The end.
Thank you.
Yes. that was
Applause,
good.
applause, applause.
You'll all appreciate Rebecca that much more. We already did appreciate Rebecca when she returns.
We
but now you
appreciate
appreciate
you.
her even more. Now
Yes,
imagine
we
that about like even 3 steps with more flavor text and not incoherence, but tangents, and that's what the tab recaps for TDK sounded like.
Incredible. I do love that.
And this will be the events of
Still night on the 22nd.
22nd
Yeah.
of the evening, potentially leading to the 23rd. But we'll see how the rest of the evening and night goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grim. We'll start with you.
Yeah?
For just
What
a
about
moment.
me? Let me start the
Where are you
recording.
having dinner?
I'm having dinner at the call, I think.
Okay.
If by having dinner we mean like tasting samples
Yeah.
of whatever whatever's on the menu that evening.
Food at night. Where are you having food at night?
Yeah, so like they are hanging out in the call for they're doing tavern things for most of the evening. I think that's their hyper focus. So I don't think they have a sit down meal at any point, but they're in the call and sort of snacking as they go.
Sure. So you hear a voice in your head
Okay.
saying, Grimson Canary Jones. I admit I applaud giving Fleming a fake name, unless that's a real name, in which case, my condolences. Enjoy the books.
I assume this is Bones' voice.
It is 100% Bones.
I don't think Grim replies.
Okay, that is a fair response.
They might laugh. Like she might like I think they probably laugh. So I think she would something would pick that up. So she knows that they laugh, but I don't think they have anything to say.
No direct responses.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's real fun though.
Okay. As you settle in to do taverny things. You know what? Corinne and Erebus, why don't you both roll me just a fate die, a d20.
Okie dokie.
I'm so glad Bones knows.
10.
5.
Okay. Corinne, how are you prepping for your evening?
So I think Corinne has had dinner already. Swiped something from the kitchen inobtrusively.
Mm-hmm.
Gets armored up. Has her short bow and her rapier. And then just kind of like, I think she just leaves a note on the bed next to the stuffed bosun.
Mm-hmm.
And it just says something along the lines of running an errand at the Hero's Garden, maybe late. Don't wait up. And then a little like P.S. This little guy should keep you company until I return. And then she slips out the side door.
Okay. heading to the Heroes Garden.
Mm-hmm.
It is quiet at this time of night. Have we established a moon cycle that I need to be loyal to?
We
The
yeah.
I will just note that the message was when the moon is dark, so I'm assuming that it's a
Yes.
new moon tonight.
It is a new moon tonight. I was just double checking to make sure I hadn't fucked up any lore.
It had
No.
last. I actually, because I was listening to the recording earlier, it did say it was the moon was waxing.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't remember which way that is.
Growing. Waxing is growing.
Delightful.
There could also be two moons.
There might be two moons, and like it could be waxing from any like it could be waxing from new.
It's true.
Also,
a teeny sliver.
Also, the moon is dark doesn't particularly mean that.
Yeah,
It could. Yeah, there's a lot
when
of
the
things
moon
that
is
could
dark.
mean where magic exists. It's
maybe it's
fine.
just very cloudy.
Yes.
Okay, but so you head to the Heroes Garden. It is a cold night. This is one of those nights you're like, yeah, it's winter now.
Yeah. Oh, one other note that I will make is that in the period before departing, Corinne would have reattuned to her Cloak of Elvenkind
Okay.
and unattuned to her Ring of Warmth. That is all.
Sounds good. Sorry, I just caused chaos in my house with the fidget toy.
No worries.
I was like, oh, I have bubbles on my desk. Let me just blow some bubbles. And then both dogs went,
no.
what? What is this happening over here? And I was like, oh shit, I woke up the dogs. Not a fidget toy. Got that. Okay, so you head out into the Heroes Garden. It is freaking cold out. Definitely a night that reminds you that you are in a place that it snows. And in fact, it's not snowing now, but you can smell it on the air.
Mm-hmm.
The Heroes Garden, which doesn't officially close at night, is often a place where, you know, young lovers would take a stroll, be seen, perhaps ditch their God,
The chaperones.
Yes, that's where I was like, there's a word that starts with a C. Why am I blanking on it? Ditch their chaperones. But even they aren't particularly plentiful this evening.
Mm-hmm.
There's an occasional guard walking by. What are you doing? Are you like stalking the paths? Are you keeping to the shadows? What's your approach here?
The Heroes Garden isn't that big.
Sure isn't.
So I think Corinne has. Oh no, Corinne has the Paladin book and has found a bench and is pretending to read.
Okay.
Just the scene, just the 3 pages that.
Just the 3 pages that are fact. Okay,
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Roll a perception check. You're keeping an eye out.
Okay. It's a 27.
27. So you notice someone come in. She's young, probably 16 or 17. She is wearing a cloak. Her clothes, at a glance, firmly upper middle class, maybe merchant level.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a fur cloak, but the fur is not like some rare beast. It seems to be like, like a raccoon or something, like something common.
Mm-hmm.
but she's definitely like got like some makeup on. She's got a basket with her. She does spot you, and kind of isn't sure what to make of you. Kind of watches you read your book for a little bit, and then kind of tries to find a place out of your direct line of assumed sight.
Mm-hmm.
To put her blanket down and start setting up what it looks like an evening picnic.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to keep an eye on her as I flip pages at an appropriate pace.
Okay. Okay, so Erebus and Romuald.
Yes.
We're gonna smash cut between these two a lot.
Awesome.
And time is gonna get wibbly wobbly.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
Yeah.
So your dinner is served. It is a huge feast of surf and turf. Romuald looks like for a moment he's going to ask for some of it to go, but the dishes are whisked away far too quickly.
You know what? It's all right.
It's probably not the done thing.
I suppose not. I just
realized it's like in the back of my head. I was like, that's a lot of fucking food, but
it is. It's like, how much realistically do they think their patrons can actually eat? Even for 2 people, that's like 3 meals.
Right, exactly. I mean, we're not dwarves.
No. And, like, I packed in as much as I could, because I didn't want it to go to waste. It was very good.
Let's believe that they do something charitable with the leftovers.
Yes, let's do that. I like that mental image. Awesome. Well, but that was delicious. Thank you so much.
Of course, it was very
for
good.
going along with, yeah.
Shall we continue this ridiculous night? Would you rather dance, or maybe digest some of this and hit the gaming tables?
Let's digest first. I did that. There is a lot of steak inside me.
I agree.
Okay. But I'm looking forward to dancing. I love more ballroom type dancing, although I don't get a chance to do it a ton. So I don't know if that's the kind that you like. I do like most dancing. But yeah, that's just a thing.
I enjoy that as well. Most formal dancing, in fact. Less the holding each other.
Right, yes. Tell Dory.
Shows that much sometimes.
Very good. Okay, yeah, let's go do gambling. I will look for cues and not play because I don't have a poker face. So but I'll do my best.
You'll be my ringer, how about that?
Okay, sounds great.
Because I am hilariously good at lying. Almost as good as Alina.
Okay. Great. But our powers combined, we make one coherent gambler.
Okay. Heading to maybe not the poker table, but maybe some sort of dice game.
Sure. Yeah, no, that sounds fine. Erebus was thinking he was talking about poker, but she's interested to learn how this game works.
Oh, in that case, he will take you to the poker tables.
Okay, cool, great. Cool and great, great and cool.
And y'all will settle in to learn some poker. Roll me 3 insight checks.
Okay. Love that for me. Hopefully at least 2 of them are good. Alright, insight 1. Nope. Insight 2, Insight 3. That's 7, 18, 22.
Okay. So Erebus, admittedly, is not great at bluffing.
Yeah.
Erebus is great at reading other people's tells.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
Ramiel, however, is an excellent fucking liar.
Incredible.
And while you guys aren't playing, like, there's no way to, like, really play together.
Mm-hmm.
He plays at least one other gentleman at the table. He seems to be kind of, like, narrowed in on them.
Mm-hmm.
And
so then I watch that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And between the two of you, you take 6 gold off of him.
Sweet. Love that.
Within a couple of hands.
Yeah, so that's pretty good for a couple rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
Not high stakes. This is very much like the entry level table that he is kind of like. There are higher stakes tables, but Ramiel didn't want. Not with an untested person. Not while you're learning.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure.
You pick it up pretty fast, and you realize that while you're not great at bluffing, but I feel like, I mean, you tell me, is Erebus willing to like be like, I'm not a great liar, and then just lean away from that aspect of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Because she's just not used to having to play subterfuge in any way or form. Most of her work is very straightforward, so it's just been like these last couple weeks with trying to get secret info and talking to people that she's had to call on skills that she doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So she would try not to be demonstrative about that, but she's not attempting to school her face very much because that just seems like a tell in itself.
Yeah. You notice that you and Ramiel are working at as a pretty good pair at these tables. Even though you are kind of against one another, you kind of guys are just kind of sharing bets back and like.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say sharing bets back and forth. You guys are winning and losing the same couple of gold to each other.
Yeah.
But definitely playing this other guy at the table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess Erebus not being good at lying makes her a decently easy target.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, and that lets Ramiel do his thing more effectively. And then every so often, when Erebus sees something that the other guy is doing that means he's like hiding something or that he has a good hand, she'll catch Ramiel's eye and either like shake her head a little bit or not a little bit.
Yeah. So you two are playing well together.
Sweet. Erebus doesn't have any feelings about this at all.
He rolled a 14, a 19, and a natural 20 on his deception
Wow.
checks.
Incredible.
And that's without his charisma modifier. They are doing a heist together. This is the heist.
This is the heist. We're Robin Hood for a night.
Mm-hmm. And you do notice that he's putting the coins that that you all are winning in like a separate pouch. Like he's like kind of like, this is the winnings for the evening.
Yes, that is the one that we will donate at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. So you guys,
very good.
You guys have a purse that you're prepped and ready for donating. So, but only 6 gold in it so far.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is when he said he thought they could collectively take 200 gold, she thought he was exaggerating, but the small success is making her feel good about their teamwork.
He'll actually kind of noticing that the gentleman's starting to get a little frustrated, and you're noticing it too. You kind of shoot him like a little wink or a little head tilt.
Yeah.
He will move over to you and offer an arm. shall we go find some circulate amongst the room?
Yes, I would love that. Thank you so much for the games. Enjoy your evening to the gentleman.
Mm-hmm. I have a question.
Okay.
Which of the current missions has Erebus mentioned to Romuel?
I reread some of this, so I think it's just the overarching Tiamat conflict and the side quest to rescue the Castle Lantern twins.
Okay.
Because she has said some more abstract things about the Xanathars and the Zents, but not that they are investigating something on behalf of Kane Kyrell.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Oh, good. Okay. 18.
Okay. And a history check as well.
All right, no problem. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. You notice someone there, a gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
He is kind of dressed very nicely, and you notice a pin on his lapel has a blue flower being crushed by a red boot.
Oh, good. That doesn't look foreboding at all.
Yeah, something about it. Something about it is niggling in your brain, but you're not quite sure why that is.
Okay.
You're like, something about that, but I can't quite place it.
Yeah. I mean, I think I, the pilot, know, but Erebus maybe not so much. Okay. So yeah, she walks with Romuel, glances at the guy every so often, tries not to look too closely at the pin.
Mm-hmm. He's quite a handsome gentleman.
Is he a human? Is he an elf?
So he's a human.
Okay.
He's got short, kind of fair hair, very square jawline, very classically handsome kind of.
Because my phone was ringing. Like my phone.
Okay.
Blue eyes, very classically handsome kind of guy. He looks like, I would not say a Ken doll, because Ken dolls look a little bit more wholesome. This guy does not have that wholesome edge that Ken doll does.
Yeah. But like there's nothing particularly.
Yes.
He's well, like you said it, classically handsome.
Well, let's give it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Like 30 seconds.
Do I recognize him at all?
Not immediately, no.
Okay.
No, I don't hear any crackling. And
Sending her message would be great to have right now.
Since it was the
I will glance at Romuel, glance at the gentleman, very briefly glance back at Romuel, raise eyebrow.
He nods
Before
and
that, I could
will
have been reading before, but I gave myself a couple.
lead you both to the gaming table that this gentleman is at.
Incredible. Okay. So yeah, Erebus will sit down and nod to the gentleman. What game are we playing over here?
Three Dragon Ante.
Oh, good. Okay.
Wow.
Um,
How's he feeling?
Erebus will glance at Romuel and ask aloud, "How are you at Three Dragon Ante?"
No.
As good as anyone can
Oh
be.
no.
It's more luck. But let's ante up, shall we? So you guys are actually sitting at the table alone with him. There is a dealer.
Okay.
And as you both approach and sit down and take your seats, an extra chair is kind of whisked away. This is a game for 2 to 6 players, so it looks like they're keeping this table very limited.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope, you're good.
Okay, so, this game is a little complicated. It's very similar to poker. Basically, the goal is to get the highest cards.
So like blackjack?
Yeah, very similar to blackjack. You want the highest numerical value.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
And some cards have special powers based on, like, face cards, depending on what they can do, especially the colors of the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And hilariously, these cards are all dragon themed.
Oh, good. I love that for me in particular. Erebus will look at them appreciatively and wait to be dealt in.
You actually have to ante in. The amount for this table is 10 gold.
Okay. We have that.
Romuald will split the 3 gold each so that you guys are using it from the pot, but you'll have to ante up.
Well, I'm also really glad
7
they-
gold each from
because
your
I know
personal stuff.
Crystal-
Okay, that seems fine. I can't imagine Erebus hasn't brought money with her.
Oh, yeah. So as you kind of ante in,
Oof.
the gentleman gives you a smile. I was getting concerned we weren't going to have any takers.
Oh, interesting. Have you been sitting here long?
Oh, just a few moments. How rude of me, though. I should introduce myself. I'm Lord Cormalis. And on that note, we're going to cut to Corinne. Actually, no, we're going to cut to Grim.
Hi.
Oh my.
That's fun. I love that for us.
Sorry, I think my 5-year-old just kidnapped a dog.
Oh, one of yours or another one?
No, one of ours. Yep. Alright, well. Not the one I'm worried about, so.
Which dog, and how does he feel about it?
So Vax is very, 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 very patient with Liam, and has never nipped or made any threatening movements beyond grumpy man noises, which I link to him just being part lab. So all he does is sit there and make noises if Liam's pissing him off. Percy's slightly more volatile, so Liam did steal the correct dog.
Good choice, Liam.
But also it's Vax, so he's been trying to break in there since he realized other people were in there. So, Grim,
Yeah.
your tavern is buzzing,
Delightful.
and there's someone there you had wanted to speak with.
Oh.
As Kyrell kind of enters, brushes off her long coat, drapes it on the back of a chair, and sits down. She seems to be alone.
Okay, she's by herself. No Alina.
No
Or
Alina.
anyone else. Okay. Can I attempt to do a vibe check from across the room?
Yeah.
Ooh, this is fun. Let me double check. I'll ask for a ruling on this. This is the language.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, that's not the right one. This is the language. I read this as I can make the check and then decide whether to add the superiority die, but I don't know if that's actually what it says or if I'm making it up in my head.
You make the check and then you can add.
Okay.
Add a superiority die.
Delightful. So that's a 13. Oh, you know what? I just want to exercise this. So let's just try it. 7. So that becomes a dirty 20.
Okay. Vibe check from her. She seems a little tired, a little frustrated, but fine. She doesn't see no deep emotional turmoil from that one tonight.
Okay.
No more than the normal amount of emotional turmoil from Say.
Mood. I'm trying to remember. I feel like she's been at the call enough times that Grim should know what she drinks. But Hannah, cannot remember it.
She usually goes for, like, a nice elven wine. But she does appreciate the Kathra wine, and you know that was what was served at the Kyrell party.
Okay, that's
when
fun.
she's in a mood, it is vodka.
Okay. I think that's what I was remembering.
So you can go either one. Either one are good choices.
Yeah, I think Grim is going
vodkas for very fun or very bad times.
Yeah. I think Grim's just gonna let her be for a bit. Like they're not gonna interfere with whatever she's ordering or whatnot. They will wander by and deliver a pitcher of water. And then they will wander by again and drop off. I think less of the Amcathras are the sweeter, the like port wine situation.
Perfect, wonderful, thank you.
And they will just they were trying to cruise by without.
Oh, she doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't stop you. She does say "wonderful, thank you" as you walk by.
I think. I think they screech to a halt. Not even going to expect to be spoken for. You're welcome. And they stand there awkwardly for a couple seconds.
Do you want to talk about it, or do you want to drink in silence, or do you want me to leave you alone?
I had a question.
All right.
That I was not planning to ask at my tavern.
Shall we go somewhere else?
To be asked a question, or do you want to be left alone?
I can be asked a question.
They will sort of glance around, re-verify. So they don't know that Corinna's out, but she's not. She's not visible. They know Erebus is out, and do they know that Eliana is out?
Yeah. Eliana mentioned that she was that there was some work that needed to be done at the Court of Miracles, and heading off to see to some sort of emergency.
Okay.
But not a healing emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Blood season, gonna blood season.
Extremely fair. She has gone off to do Eliana things, but no one feels the need to chase after her because they're not, as far as we know, they're not crisis. They're Eliana crisis. They're Eliana being helpful.
Yes.
I love that. Okay. I think they stop. They look around, and then they don't like take a seat at the table, but they will like lean a shoulder up against the wall near the table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Say chose a fucking table in the fucking corner.
Yeah.
She's Say.
Yeah, she makes good choices. You're good with the sword, yeah?
I am. Short sword, especially. I am trained in spear as well. Most melee weapons, really.
If someone was attempting to get better with the sword, could you be convinced to assist or train?
Certainly.
and you would not. And it's sort of this is a sort of a statement, not a question. And you will not go easy on them. Yeah.
I genuinely wouldn't know how to go on easy on someone who wants to learn how to play with swords. Feels dangerous,
Very good.
actually, to go easy on someone. I mean, maybe not a child.
It's not a child, so.
Oh, good. Right, so, yeah, an adult, I definitely wouldn't go easy on them. If you're going to use a sword, you better, use it properly. Perfect practice makes perfect, is what I was taught.
You sound like someone else I know. Very good.
Is it Corinne?
Yes.
Right, that makes sense.
I would ask, how did you know? But I don't think it's very hard to guess.
She kind of just shrugs, like, yeah, what you gonna do?
That was the question.
Perfect. Well, if you, whenever your friend wants to get their ass kicked, my schedule's mostly open.
And like sort of stand there awkwardly for a couple more seconds, and I should find you where exactly these days?
Right, so I am staying at Alina's apartment in the Court of Miracles for the moment, until we can find something a little bit more suitable above ground. Because I genuinely hate being below ground.
If you need somewhere to hide out, we could help with that.
Always good to know. We just looked at a house, on Thunderstaff Way. So not too far from here.
All right. And they're just going to sort of lean against the wall awkwardly. And then I think after another 10 seconds, I think they will just take a seat. And then they'll stand up and go get a glass of wine, a glass of Czar. And they'll come back and take the seat again. And take a sip of Czar.
Mm. If she found it awkward, she didn't notice.
Yeah, and good for her, good for them. And like, there's not sort of a like. I don't think they don't have anything else that they are intending to say.
Mm-hmm.
But like once they're sitting down with the glass of wine, they are like. They're not less awkward. They're grim, but there's like they are as relaxed as Grimm's gets, sitting with someone they basically don't know very well. So they're happy to just chill.
I did want to say, going to put this as honestly as I can. Well, I am not sorry that I would have been willing to shoot you. I am sorry that I threatened it. I am told that that's not something one does to friends.
Grim takes a big swig of this off. Does it sound like she's been practicing this?
It sounds like she's trying to be honest, but also she has been told that one doesn't threaten to shoot their friends, and she goes, "I'll shoot my friends if I need to," and then was told, perhaps in rebuttal, then you don't threaten to shoot them. Mm-hmm. She's trying to friend, but she does not fucking know how.
Ooh, that's at the right table. Yeah, so they take a big swing of Czar and kind of like It's like the grim sort of sidelong look, like eye patches and bangs. So it's really like from her perspective, it's just a slight turn of the head, like sort of not, so they're not looking at her, but like she's on their peripheral vision. I don't know what her perception is like, so maybe she knows more than that. But that's sort of like that's sort of the not head is not pointed directly at her, but she is sort of plausibly at the edge of their vision. Should I simply say thank you? Or should I say...
I don't fucking know. I was just told that... And she kind of thinks for a moment. Friends don't shoot friends. And friends don't threaten to shoot friends. I disagreed with at least half of that, though.
I was going to say that's not the part that I expected would have thought you should apologize for if anyone had asked me.
She shrugs and sips her wine. I mean...
Not that you need to apologize for anything in particular. It does seem to have worked out all right, and I'm told I was wrong. And that is correct.
Yeah.
But if you were going to apologize, it wouldn't be for that part. That part was good.
Alright then.
But only if you're going to follow through. Next time, please.
I mean, I would never threaten to shoot someone and not be willing to follow through.
Well, but you didn't, though. They take another swing of the czar.
I mean... Time is relative. We'll see how it goes on the training field tomorrow.
I wonder if I'll be able to move tomorrow.
Who are you training with?
Ilya?
Okay, maybe the day after.
No, I think it should be tomorrow. But thank you.
Fair enough. Drink lots of water. Stretch. No, really stretch, though.
Did you just tell me to drink water?
I did. I found it quite enjoyable.
They laugh just a little bit. And we'll pour a glass in the pitcher and salute her with it. And then put it down and take another swig of the czar. Is that why you came?
Actually, no. Constance and Alina needed some time to just get back to know each other again, and I thought I'd give it to them, so... You know, sometimes you make yourself scarce. And this place is safe. There's still a gang war and a price on my head and all that.
We've been thinking that we should get back to that minor detail.
Eventually.
I did look in while we were away and could see you were still alive. So, I assumed you had not been killed. At least not for long.
Not dead yet.
When I say it to the person I was scrying on, it sounds more unsettling. I can't do that anymore. I don't know if that makes it less unsettling.
I honestly travel with a shit ton of other adventurers. I genuinely assume I'm getting scryed on like 60% of the time. I have a Palantir specifically for scrying on people. So like...
A what?
A Palantir. It's orb that you can use to scry on people and talk to them.
That's probably one of the later books.
Books?
Did you have to... You know how to scry?
Gods no.
Or does
I
the
don't
thing
fuck-
do
I
all
barely
of
fuck-
the...
The thing does all of the things, yes.
Oh, that's useful.
Stole it from a wizard's tower.
Which one?
Mm,
Did they make you sign a card to take it?
gods no. No. But we did kill the
'Cause they made
wizard,
these
so,
books out.
like, you know.
Sorry, I have to close this window. Some of the neighbors are driving their dirt bikes around very loudly, and I cannot pay attention to anything else.
Understood.
Okay, window is closed.
No, we did have to kill the wizard, but he was an evil wizard. This has just happened to be a souvenir of the trip.
Well, that seems drastic. Maybe not in that situation, but for some books. All right.
Who are you trying to steal books from?
I wasn't trying to steal them. I was just trying to take them.
Oh.
And then I had to sign a card.
Oh. The library card. I've heard about that.
Is that a thing?
It's not generally a thing. It seems to be a new thing. Alistair was talking about it. He seemed quite jazzed about it, truly. He thought it was a brilliant idea, but Alistair and Reg have a lot in common.
Because I don't understand what they're going to do with my name. What could this do them?
Well, there's weird, creepy types of magic that they can use your name for, I assume. Fae bullshit, obviously. Fae bullshit always comes to mind when it comes to names.
So it's good that I didn't give them the real one. I don't know what the real one is, but I don't think that's it.
I genuinely don't know. I know fuck all about magic. I know about enough to summon a familiar. So, would love to help you. But, I assume if you gave them a fake name, it's all moot.
They nod, satisfied. Take another swallow of Czar.
But maybe just to be safe, don't, like, claim that as your name or, go around saying this is my name. Because that might give it power.
I'd only had it for a few hours, so...
Oh, good. So it can't be that powerful.
I
Right?
got that familiar also. But... I don't think she would have... I think if she... I'm realizing that I got... It's not the first time I've received information about a name from her, but... It would have been a very strange time to decide to share actual information that she had not previously shared.
Well, did it sound
Never mind.
fake?
What was that?
Did it sound fake? At least.
It sounded extremely fake.
Well, then there's probably your answer. I mean, she's complicated. Very fucking complicated. But I think if she was going to drop your real name on you, whatever that means, she'd make it, like, clear.
I just haven't had a document with my name on it before.
Well, it's
Or a
not your
name on
name.
it.
So you still haven't, because that's not your name.
Very good.
Cheers. She holds up her glass of wine.
They hold up their wine glass. They will clink the wine glass. I'm going to stand up again. I talked less when I was standing.
Fair enough.
And they do. And I think just wander off.
Okay.
Back
Say
to
does not
having
chase
things.
you or anything. She's like, "Yep, then there they go.
They realized they were babbling and they couldn't stop.
All right. Corinne.
Yes.
So you read those 3 pages? You gonna keep reading, or just go flip back and read those 3 pages again?
Oh, it's just rinse, repeat. Just flipping between those 3 pages.
Oh God.
Well, like, she's not really reading. It's
Fair enough.
more like, yeah.
So that's where her
she's
bookmark
observing
is, yeah.
with, if she's gonna be glancing down, it might as well be something funny. Or something that will be good to troll Erebus with later.
Let me see what's on those 3 pages.
It's fine.
I love this for me. I know there was mention of a bathtub. That's all I have.
That's, I think, all we got, and then it was very explicit or steamy and very good.
It is very steamy. Yeah, it's. I mean, it. He was not being coy. It's a fucking sex scene. It is a very sweet one.
Mm-hmm.
Generally a lot of, like, you know, washing each other's hair, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, fair. Extremely fair.
Let's see here. So your young person who you're keeping an eye on is starting to, like, look at the sky, look at the food she's laid out, and you notice that it's like strawberries and a bottle of very cheap champagne.
Oh no.
And, like, some chocolate. Like, it's definitely like, there's some candles. It's definitely supposed to be romantic.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is baby's first romantic picnic.
Yeah. And look, she's looking to looks like she's starting to get a little antsy. But then a young boy, probably the same age as her, approaches and sits down on the blanket with her. He has a bouquet of flowers that looks hideous.
Does it at least look like he tried?
It does look like he picked the most expensive bouquet
Okay.
that he could afford with his pocket money. But
Okay.
it definitely looks like they're the ugliest flowers.
Incredible. Okay. So I think when he arrives, Corinne will close the book, put it back in her bag, like turn a corner so that she's out of sight,
Mm-hmm.
and then pull her hood up and go into incognito mode and sneak over and just try and, like, eavesdrop and, like,
Sure.
be nearby without being seen, but, like, having made an exit visibly for them.
Okay. Roll a stealth check.
Okie dokie. 32.
Fucking Christ. Yeah, they do not notice. Like, she seemed nervous that there was, like, an adult there. Be terrified about that, however you will. But once you disappear, they have made no notice of you anymore.
Perfection.
There's a lot of, oh, you made it! I was starting to get worried. And the young man's like, yeah, no, I got off late from my shift, and it was just insane. I am so sorry. But truly, Annabelle, we do need to talk. And Annabelle's like, oh? Is it about our plan? The young man goes, sort of. So, you know Lily, right? She goes, the girl that you work with? He goes, yeah, so this is really nice, and you're super nice, but Lily and I we have so much in common. She laughs at all my jokes, so you know, and you talked about becoming a priestess, and I think that's great for you. So I have plans with Lily, so I'm going to go.
Oh my god. Corinne is just like in the bushes, like seething internally, like the audacity of this idiot.
um, Annabelle just seems like she's starting to ugly sob.
Uh-huh.
She's like, but you brought me flowers. And he's like,
Oh no.
I mean, they're like kind of a goodbye gift.
Oh god.
I just, this was kind of a date, so I thought I'd bring flowers for you. Right, are you good? She's like, no, clearly not. And he's like, well, okay, well, have a good one then. I'll see you around town.
Oh my god.
And you hear him, like, fucking run.
Oh my god.
And she's just like...
So, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
DM.
Mm-hmm.
As he's running away, can I have 3 vials of oil of slipperiness in my bag?
Yeah.
Can I throw one of them and grease the ground in front of him so that he slips and falls?
Yeah, 100%.
I would like to do that.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. He is running out of there. That little vial lands. He falls flat on his face in the mud. Stands up. He's like, this is my clean shirt. I'm going to have to wash it. It's not even Tuesday. He storms off.
Fantastic. As he's departing, would like to just like, how is Annabelle doing?
She's like trying to calm herself down. Roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. It's a 20.
20. You notice you're not the only one watching this scene.
Interesting. Who else is here?
You spot movement in the bushes, like around a tree. At first glance, it looks like a Talon of the Raven Queen. Full mask, cloak. And, like, that makes sense to Corinne because, like, they want, crows, now that you kind of know them, you've been, you can kind of spot them here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But something's off. Like, the mask is black.
Don't love that.
And with gold markings on it. And the armor is also black, but not shiny black. It's like fucking pitch. Like it's like eating the light around it.
That seems completely fine and normal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. How far away is this individual?
Probably about 60 feet.
Okay.
With Annabelle kind of in between the two of you.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to drop my hood, and I'm going to do the awkward bystander kind of thing, where, appearing just like, excuse me,
yes?
Annabelle?
Yes? How do you know my name?
Well,
God, did you hear all that?
I'm so sorry. I couldn't help. The little twerp ran away very quickly and loudly, and just... Are you all right?
I'll be fine.
All right.
We were going to run away together.
Oh.
I mean, I thought we were.
All right.
She says that with all of the, like, fervent, you see in her eyes the person who has made up their entire future after, like, maybe 3 dates.
Yeah. She has read way too many romance novels and has read way too much into them.
She's listened to a lot of early Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. Okay. So, kind of like keeping an eye on this shady figure in her peripheral, Corinne is just, well, my name is Corinne. Can I ask if we can sit down together?
Would you like some strawberries?
I am rather impressed that you were able to find strawberries this time of year. How did you do that?
They were Tybalt's favorite. I got them from the hothouse. This girl has spent all of her pocket money for a fucking month on, like, cheap champagne and a bowl of strawberries and a couple of, like a small bar of chocolate.
Yeah. Corinne sits down and she's like, strawberries are also my favorite. They're a lot of people's favorite, It's a very good berry.
You can have them. I'm allergic.
Oh, you're allergic. You're very brave. This isn't. I'm honestly, it's kind of impressive how much you sacrificed in order to make this person happy.
I really don't think he appreciated it.
I would tend to agree. The fact that he brought flowers as a goodbye gift is, well, first of all, that's a rather unfortunate looking display. He clearly didn't actually put any thought into it. But who does that? That's not a thing people do.
He was my first love.
No, that's gotta be hard.
All right. As Corinne comforts Annabelle and debates whether or not she should have just murdered the assassins, we're gonna cut to Erebus.
Awesome. Wow, everyone's having a great evening. Yeah, Erebus didn't recognize the guy, but sure as shit recognizes the last name.
Mm-hmm.
Corinne had some opinions about that family. I'm gonna roll a deception check. I'm not expecting to do well, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Sure.
Just for funsies.
Roll with advantage, because Ramiel will probably help cover whatever expression you're gonna make.
Okay, cool. Okay. Let's see.
The utter distaste on your face, is clear, and Romuald just kind of awkwardly goes, "Oh, that drink must not be to your liking. Let me just and he kind of like waves over a waiter, takes your drink away. Right, perhaps white wine."
Yes. Yes. That would be better. Thank you, Romuald. Cornelis. Wonderful to meet you. I'm Erebus. This is my cuts gaze to Romuald.
I'm her friend, Ramiel Teldore.
Yes, him. Sorry. This is my first time at this establishment, and it's lovely, but I'm not used to it. Anyway, hello. Do you mind if we join you for a game?
Hello, of course I don't mind. And I'm certain that it's your first time I would have noticed someone as beautiful as you here.
Oh my god, the actual distaste. Wow.
I'm gonna
she is
rename
very
tonight's
close to
game to
saying,
Fuck
I'm pretty
Boys.
sure I'm 5 times your age, but is not gonna do that.
I'm renaming tonight's game to Fuck Boys. Fuck Boys abound.
Amazing.
Incredible. You're she kind of forces herself to she's not gonna smile because that's gonna look like it's not gonna look like a smile. That's very kind of you to say. You frequent the mermaid often then?
Oh, far more than my accountant would like, I assure you. But I usually win in the end.
Well, as long as it all comes out in the wash.
Ramiel's like, right, so I'm going to put in 10 gold.
Yes, and Erebus also matches that ante. And then looks at the dealer and says, "These are lovely cards."
The dealer kind of gives you a nod, and then deals the river, so that you guys start drawing your own cards. Roll me. Roll me 2d4.
No problem. Everything is fine. That's 2 4s.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Nice. So you're pretty sure you're sitting with the highest cards at the table.
Nice. I will look at them, look at Ramiel, look at Lord Cormelis, look back at Ramiel, look down at my cards. This ending would be so great to have.
I'm going to roll a check for Ramiel.
Okay.
Let me find a good... That's a good dice for Ramiel. Okay. Ramiel seems a little distracted by this gentleman.
I would like to insight check him, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Insight. Let's get another winner. Nope. It's a 6.
No clue.
No clue. That's fine.
Let me see. Find some more pop-ups. Here we go. Okay. There's some, like, card maneuvering, some, like, discarding, picking up, playing a special ability here or there. But in the end, you come out with the highest cards.
Heck yeah.
And you win a stack of cards, which are then put next to you.
Oh, sweet. Are those game cards?
So basically you win this, you have to get a certain amount of points. So you won the hand of points, and you have to get a certain amount of points to win the pot.
Okay, got it. So then this is a
This
make
is
more...
Yeah, this is a longer game.
Got it.
Ramiel actually will throw an extra gold in.
Okay.
I'll ante.
Erebus makes a face of, should I also do that?
He will give you a little nod of, like, yeah, meet it.
Okay. She does.
Okay. Lord Cormelis puts another coin in. I'll meet it as well. By the way, please, call me Dresdog.
Can I roll another deception check?
Sure.
Okay. Oh boy, come on. Give me something better.
It's the same.
Amazing.
She tries to cover it by saying, I realize I introduced myself by my first name, but I am not typically used to using first names with I suppose more your nobility.
Of course, but I wouldn't hold that against you. You can call me Dresdok, and I'll call you Aravis.
She tries to let that roll off her as best as possible, and nods and says, Dresdark then. Feels weird about it, but she doesn't really know what else to do.
Romeo nods. Right, Dresden. So, I'll deal this round. And you see him.
Okay.
The dealer hands him the cards. Dresdark nods. Or Dresden, as Romeo has been started calling him.
I love him.
What's your perception check?
Oh, okay. Let's go back and do that and see if we get an actual winner this time. 16.
Okay.
That's better.
That's better.
She's like, okay, this is clearly not working for me. I gotta rely on the skills that I know I have.
Mm-hmm. You notice that Romuald's doing some very fancy shuffles with the cards.
It's fascinating.
Before dealing out everyone's hand. You do not need to roll this round. You get a 3 and a 4.
Okay, fantastic. I love this for me. Yeah, so Aravis smiles brightly at both him and Dresdark and says, that was a lucky first hand. I hope my good fortune will continue.
Dresdark inclines his head. I do as well. I quite enjoy seeing beginner's luck.
Now she's mad. Let's see. But she gives him her best, most pleasant smile and says, so we're all here just to have a good time.
Okay. The dealer who does not have a job anymore because Romuald took the cards, with such confidence that they just handed him over before they realized that they probably weren't fucking supposed to do that. The dealer is looking confused at the tension that is in the air and doesn't get it.
Incredible.
Romuald turns over his cards, complete bust. He has 2 1s, like he has the lowest hand you could possibly fucking get.
Oh, bad luck, Romuald.
Ah, well. And he looks to, and Dresdark turns over his hand. It's good, but not as good as yours.
Awesome. I smile brightly. Oh, look at that! 2 in a row. Incredible.
Dresdark chuckles. I suppose, Drizzt or I should probably get a move on if we want to catch up with you. And you see Romuald, like, take a deep breath. Like, you watch it happen in slow motion. You see him just go, take a deep breath. Let it out. Go, of course.
He called Romuald by a wrong name?
Oh, he called Romuald Drizzt.
Oh, yeah. Is that that's a slur, right?
It's not a slur, but it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's like it's definitely inappropriate.
Okay. Okay.
Basically, Drizzt is one of
Awesome.
the most famous, like, drow heroes that's ever existed. So, like, you could call it a compliment,
But also yeah,
probably fucking not.
Yeah.
But Romuald kind of takes it on the chin, takes a deep breath, and goes, "Alright, so, Cormalis, why does that name sound familiar to me? Wasn't it your family that got busted for these? Oh, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't bring up the slavery ring, shall I? That's rude."
Shit. Awesome. So, Erebus looks between them.
You do not need to roll, you have double force.
Incredible. So she notes that, puts her cards back down, says out loud, ostensibly to both of them, but looking straight at Dresdark, "Come now, I thought that this behavior was beneath this kind of establishment." And kind of squeezes Romuald's hand under the table.
Romuald gives your hand a squeeze. You see him take another, like, breath, and then, right, why don't we make this interesting? And he puts another 5 gold on the table.
Oh, well, if you insist, because she knows by now that this is like he's doing it, she should follow his lead. She adds 5 gold from her own purse.
Dresdark kind of grins, a grin that doesn't quite reach his eyes, and also puts down.
I hate him.
Yeah, also
Okay.
puts down 5 gold.
Okay. Great. I study my hand some more and kind of glance between them, move the cards around a little bit, wait for everyone to be ready to play.
Yeah. There's some maneuvering of cards again, some dropping, some discarding, some picking up. And Romuald lays his hand down. Which is good. It's not as good as yours, but it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Dresdark also lays down a perfectly reasonable hand, but once again, not as
good as 2 4s.
Yeah.
Excellent. Erebus will lay down her 2 4s and say, "So sorry, gentlemen."
Romuald kind of chuckles a little bit. And you can't tell if he's fucking with you. Because you know about Drow. But you can't tell if he's fucking with you when he says,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's quite alright. I'm well used to being beaten by a woman." And he just kind of, like, puts his...
Go
puts
ahead.
his... puts the deck down. And starts politely sweeping the money towards you.
All Erebus can think about suddenly is those 3 pages that are true, and she doesn't know what's on them.
She doesn't know what's on them.
She doesn't know, and she is beet red and says, "Well, I look forward to practicing some more about this game? Yes. And quickly shut the gold into the bed.
Dress Dark looks at you both. Quite. Well, I do hope you find your way to my table again this evening. And he says that to you. He is completely ignoring Romuel.
Yeah. Okay.
And Romuel's like, darling, would you care for a dance?
I would. I would like to insight check Dresdark really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
And okay, 14. So I'm looking for if he has at all noticed the absolute distaste Erebus has had for this entire conversation.
He's noticed it, but he seems to view it as a challenge.
Oh, good.
More than he views it as, like, an obstacle. Like, it seems like he's more interested in you because you were visibly distasteful of him. Like, so that made him more interested.
Awesome. I hate that, but I also am like, this is more my game than trying to like him would be. So, she... With another, like, squeeze of Romuel's arm to just say, I'll explain in a minute, without giving anything away, she'll say, dancing is really more my speed than this. I don't know if you're so inclined, but maybe later?
Oh, I'm sorry, I think I missed something. Did you say that to Dresdark or to Romuel?
To Dresdark, yeah.
I happen to be a very talented dancer myself. Perhaps I can join you for a spin. After your gentleman friend is...
Of course.
He kind of just makes a gone hand gesture.
I hate him. Okay. So Erebus is gonna walk off with Romuel, and then as soon as they're out of earshot, she's like, sorry, he is...
A dick. I was happy to steal a lot of his money.
Yeah, same. But also, he is a person of interest to us. And if I can get anything from him in, like, another moment or so of time, I'd like to try. I don't want to spend the rest of the night on this, but, because
Alright, so...
I'm sorry. I'm so
No.
sorry. I told myself I wouldn't do this.
Hey, it's important to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a lovely spin on the dance floor, and then I'm going to disappear to get us both drinks. And in that time, that little shark will approach, I'm sure.
Okay. I do have a dagger strapped to my leg if he does something untoward. So
I will be keeping an eye on you, I promise.
I know. And she smiles genuinely at him and just kind of leans into him a little bit, like...
He rests his head on his forehead on your forehead.
That wasn't okay, what he said to you.
I am unfortunately a drow. Or fortunately a drow. Depends on the day. It's not okay, but I am well used to it. It usually does not get under my skin, but I knew that he was interested in you.
Well, I'm not interested in him. Even if I was the type to be, attracted to people at the drop of a hat, it wouldn't be him, I assure you.
Good to know. But now that I know the reason you wanted to beeline for him was because you're a dick and you wanted to steal all his money, and also because you have some mission around him.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, well, actually, I didn't recognize him on sight, but Did you notice his lapel pin?
The house crest.
Right, that's where I know that from. Okay, wow, that's
my grandmother
awful.
made us memorize all the house crests She still has visions of being a duchess again.
I might need to pick your brain later. I have a lot of knowledge to catch up on if I'm going to be any help on this endeavor at all.
I have flashcards if you'd like them.
I would love that, actually.
Fair enough. You can have them. I've got them well memorized.
All right, wonderful. In the meantime, dancing?
Dancing.
Please?
Let's waltz.
Okay. All right, and she steps out on the floor with him, and she's feeling better now that she's shared a little bit with this. She still doesn't want to like dump the whole thing in the middle of the Gentle Mermaid, and especially because this is technically Grimm's job. But she just wanted to like I'm not trying to be working on a date night, but this is important. So.
Romuald's a semi-retired adventurer that is the children of adventurers.
Yeah.
He seems to be
He knows.
indifferent to the fact that sometimes adventuring life will just appear.
Yeah.
Was that a genuine question for a monologue token?
I don't think so.
Okay. Because you guys know that they are in play.
I know.
They are in play.
I know. I was considering whether to really go for it, but I think I will hold, but thank you.
Okay.
I do want to know what the dealer was saying, but it seems mean to demand a monologue from an NPC who doesn't even have a name.
You can. You can if you want. Do you want a
No,
monologue?
it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine, but thank you. I appreciate the
I am
goodness.
happy to monologue for the dealer because I know exactly what they're thinking.
Well, shit. Now I want to know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, good gods, he's at it again. Fuck me. This one seems smart. This seems interested in her drow fellow, so maybe he won't win this time. That would be excellent. Oh, he's not winning. Oh, that drow is cheating. I don't give a fuck. They don't pay me enough to give a fuck. You know, I could get a regular job. Nah, I like this one. But I could get a regular job. Tips here are really good, though. Oh wow, he just really called that guy Drist. What a fucking asshole. Well, that happened. There you go, that's the monologue.
Amazing.
I love that.
I was confident that he had noticed the cheating and was curious. That was what I was curious what he was thinking of that. But yeah,
They don't pay me enough to give a fuck is so real. Extremely real. Oh man, incredible.
that's fun.
He did say he was a regular, so
Yeah,
the dealer has opinions.
It's true. Awesome. Wow. Well, truly a gift. Yeah, so Ervis is going to enjoy this dance with Romuald.
Mm-hmm. As you enjoy that dance with Romuald.
Yep.
Corinne.
Yes.
Corinne.
Oh, Corinne.
Yes. Don't worry.
Yes.
Never mind.
Grim is doing tavern things. You notice, and you just kind of happen to look up because the lighting changes as a shadow rolls over the moon. Almost like some sort of eclipse. As Annabelle looks
That
up.
seems fine.
Oh, that's what that's what we came to watch. I They're supposed to be bad luck for us, but I always thought they were kind of pretty.
You know, there's something to be said about the wonders of nature, I'm sure.
She is drinking champagne straight from the bottle and has a bar of chocolate in her hand.
I am not stopping her.
You notice 3 figures step out towards you both, really. All armored.
Good. she stands. Annabelle, you just stay there. And she calls across the yard. Can I help you?
They do not say anything, but you hear swords being drawn.
Good. That's fun. Oh, let's see what we've got here. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna reach for a fireball bead in our bag real slow.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of waiting for them to make a move.
I don't think that they noticed the bead as they move towards you. One of the ones in the center with a more decorated black mask. You notice the eyes stick out to you because they're completely black. And the mask tilts its head to the side, kind of unnervingly so.
I would really strongly suggest you stay put.
Our quarrel is not with you. Surrender the
Surely
girl.
your quarrel cannot be with a 16-year-old who has had a bad date.
The Lady of Loss has marked her as ours.
Well, you can't have her. She's mine.
All right. We're gonna do this more theater of the mind because
Okay.
I do not imagine this going well for them. But hey,
It happens.
destroy them, Corinne. Indeed. As these three paladins, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative, though I think it will be hilarious. Because they ain't fast.
Okay.
And you've got
It's a 15 for Corinne.
and you've got a fireball bead in your hand.
I do.
That's a 2, and that's 12. That's an 8. Cool. Have fun with that.
Oh, friends.
So you're up first.
Yeah. So that fireball bead goes flung across the garden at a point that would be out of range of either of the two of us. So I'm gonna need a dex save from the three of them.
Well known for their good dex saves. One makes it to burn to a crisp.
Delightful.
The leader is all that is left. They look indifferent as their comrades burn to death.
That seems fine and normal. I'm gonna keep myself in between Annabelle and this paladin. And we'll take a couple steps forward just to, like, if they are gonna try and run past me, like, I'm gonna get a swing at them.
Okay. They don't run past you as so much as stomp towards you.
Oh, that's a choice, okay.
They have noticed that they have decided now that you are a threat that is not going to let them take whatever the fuck they want.
Okay.
So it is going to use... Can you make me a... Oh, let me double check. Sorry, I'm double checking the flavor of the saving throw.
Oh, no worries.
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
I can. That's a 22.
Okay, so you feel as he kind of, or as they kind of put a hand up to you and go, kneel. You feel like that little dip in your knees, but no, thank you. Not tonight, thank you.
Yeah. Question. Is this person within 5 feet of me at this point in
Oh
time?
yeah, they've moved into melee range.
Great. I'd like to use my Mage Slayer ability to make a reaction at weapon
Yes,
attack.
please do.
I love this for me. Okay. And because I'm a swashbuckler, this has sneak attack on it. It's a
Annabelle
20.
is screeching an unholy amount, by the way. She is fucking terrified.
Understandably.
22.
That's a 20. Yeah. So they take math. 22 points of
Yeah, between
piercing
that and the
damage.
fireball, it's still half damage on that. So, yeah, you just straight up in the neck. He's
Yeah.
falls to the ground. You hear the sound of guards coming though. There's a lot of, holy hell, what was that? And Annabelle is just screeching bloody murder, like, oh god, what's happening now?
I pull my hood back up. It's like, Annabelle, you're safe. You need to get home. Do you know how to get there?
She's just in shock.
Okay. The gods will help. Please don't describe me. I hope you're safe.
Did you just saved me? Oh gods, they were going to take me. Oh gods. And she just falls on her knees and starts praying, which is a reaction.
Okay. I'm just gonna go hide in the bush.
Okay. Sure, that seems fair.
Yeah. It's a 31.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to make sure that the guards get to her, so I'm gonna stick around at least until, like...
Oh yeah, 2 members of the City Watch are fucking there.
Yeah.
It does not... I mean, a fireball went off.
Yeah.
Thankfully in a park. Thankfully, a couple of people were hurt, but it does not seem to be civilians. The guards are there. One's, like, trying to... Annabelle just clings to him. And he just, like, awkwardly pats her on the back, like, right, love, it's all right. Did you burn them? And she's like, I don't think so. And he's like, right. Can you check? And the other guard, he's like an older guy, definitely like got the gray hair and like the beer belly is like, oh, I'm on it. He kind of approaches one of the people and kind of kicks him over. That's fucking weird. Right. I'm gonna need to talk to the court, I suppose. I hate talking to the court. These look like fucking crows to me, though. And Annabelle's just like, they just came out of the darkness! I don't know what's going on. Yeah. So that's what's going on.
All right.
The guards seem to have it well in hand. They're gonna go to the court, though.
I go home.
Okay. You head home.
Yep. Yeah. A wild night. Real quick question. When they say the court, is it a reasonable conclusion to draw that it's the Court of Miracles?
Oh, 100%. They were like, these are fucking crows. These look like paladins of the Raven Queen. The fuck?
Oh, okay. Liz did not process that.
It's
Corinne
okay
would have
if...
figured that out.
I'm about to say, it's okay if Corinne didn't process it either.
I mean, that's fair.
That's up to you.
Yeah, I think, like, hearing the court, I think she's gonna head to the Court of Miracles.
Fair enough.
Just to give them the heads up of, like, hey.
Something happened. Anyway, we'll get there.
Yep.
Sorry, I feel like I'm leaving you out, Hannah. But
No, I mean the only thing Grim has this evening that they're aware of is going to. I mean, they're not aware that they even have going to bed. Hannah's aware of that, but no, the people. Sometimes Grim is doing a lot, sometimes Grim is not. So I am happy to watch these people who are very busy this evening.
All right, Erebus.
But thank you.
It's a wonderful waltz.
Awesome.
Romuald is a talented dancer. Looks like
excellent.
Years of training with a blade and footwork, and his grandmother made sure that he knows how to fucking dance. And you get the feeling why he might be winning the stealthiest paladin game all of the time. When not in armor, at least.
Yeah. Of course.
After the dance, he will bow to you politely and lead you to the side and give you a nod and head off to get you both drinks.
Great. I will sit down. Erebus isn't tired yet. It was she's emotionally tired.
Emotionally exhausted.
But she's not physically tired yet. It was one dance. She's used to being on the go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But she looks around at the dancers and
you don't have to look around very long. Dresdark is at your side. Almost as quickly as Romuald left.
Awesome. Great. She'll look at him like, "Oh, hello."
Why, good evening. I see you've slipped your jailer. And he offers you a hand.
He's not a jailer, but she takes it.
You'll escort then.
Sure, escort's fine. Yes, he just went to get us some drinks. It's a little warm in here, so refreshment is useful during those times.
Yeah, and he will lead you on the dance floor. He is, unfortunately, also a very good dancer.
Well, at least we're not having a bad dance with a bad man.
A good dance with a bad man.
Good. So she will, I guess, bring that up. So you seem to be very well versed in the art of dancing yourself.
Why, of course, my father insisted.
Your father have very high expectations of you.
He certainly does. But I strive to undermine him at every turn.
Alright, what do we say to that? In expectations or in other things?
In all manner of things.
Fascinating. Well, it's unfortunate that you have such a tenuous relationship with your father.
Now, a little head-to-head combat and competition is good for a family.
Oh, so is that something you're accustomed to in your family?
Oh, of course.
Do you have a good relationship with any of your relatives?
I do have a daughter that I am very fond of.
Oh, what's her name?
Juniper.
That's lovely.
Her mother picked it, unfortunately, before she passed away.
Well, her mother has good taste.
She certainly did.
How old is she now?
Oh, 16.
The teen years are, an interesting time. I hope they're treating her well.
She's at school currently.
Oh, at school. Where? Is locally or, I don't know how common it is to,
It's fairly local. She is at the Caring Hand School, a finishing school. It's new, but I like their methods.
Well, Erebus doesn't know the Caring Hand School. This is fun. She says, well, newer schools can often have a lot of intriguing qualities about them, although time will tell if their methods are lasting. I hope that they're helping her.
I certainly think so. They do certainly seem to offer a well-rounded education.
Well, it's very useful for young people to learn about their options.
Would like her to be independent, at least until I find her a good husband, of course.
Of course. Although perhaps she might want to pick her own husband.
I suppose she could want that.
You just said... What was his exact... This is out of character. What was his exact wording? He wants her to be happy?
No, he said, I suppose she could want that.
No, before that.
Oh.
Until
well-rounded. He said, the words he said has been, like, well-rounded. A lot of, like... yeah, he hasn't said anything about her being happy.
I think I heard independent until I picked her husband.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
But there was not even a period in between that and the husband picking.
Got it. Okay, great. I was just trying to remember that because that's what Erebus is going to base her reply on. Let me just give you a hint as a person who knows. Yanking their independence out from under them is not really a good way to have a relationship with your child when they become an adult.
I will certainly keep that in mind.
For your daughter's sake, I hope you do.
The dance comes to a close and he kind of gives you a bow.
I also bow. Thank you. That was a very pleasant dance.
It was. I hope you have a good evening with your, fellow.
I will. I intend to.
And he will disappear into the crowd. Not like sinisterly, he's just gonna go fuck off.
Just skulking away. No, yeah, makes sense. Okay. Cool. So she's like, okay, wow, I think I did a good job. She goes back to her seat to wait for Romuald.
Romuald will approach with, 2 of the cocktails.
Oh, thank you. Just what I was looking to see, and also you. I appreciate that. I think that went well.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish these drinks and then go to the call and dance?
I would love that very much.
We can even stay in our fancy clothes and just baffle everyone.
That sounds perfect.
He will hold up his drink to cheers you.
She'll tap her glass against his. Yeah, and sip the cocktail and then head out with him.
Yeah.
Feeling very pleased with herself, honestly.
Yeah. There is a carriage waiting for you. Like, Romuald made the arrangements while you were dancing.
Awesome. She will link her arm through his and sit with him as they ride home.
So, did you get what you needed?
I think I did. I got something to go on anyway. This is not something that I'm supposed to be in charge of, but it was an opportunity, and I thought I would take it and do something nice for Grim.
I think they'll appreciate that.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
We didn't make as much as we had set out to, but it will be a good addition to the alms box.
I think so too. Yeah, no, I
Perhaps we won't go there again.
no, I think not.
Once is plenty.
I did really enjoy the food, and I did really enjoy the dancing. But now that I know he's a regular,
Next time I will ask Uriel where we should go.
okay, I think that seems like a safer choice. But genuinely, I really thank you for wanting to do something nice for me.
Always. Next time I will cater it more around what you would like.
This is what I like. I mean, maybe not to that scale, but I meant it when I said that I like dancing. I don't get a ton of opportunities to do it, and I'd also like to know some about what you like to do when you're in Waterdeep.
To be honest, usually I only spend a couple of weeks. I like quiet city streets.
Okay.
And seeing the sights. We'll do some good old-fashioned being tourists. It's very fun.
That sounds great. Yeah, I'm never here long enough to do that, or haven't been before now.
The House of Wonder
I would love that.
The House of Wonder does daily tours at 5 p.m.
Perfect. Let's definitely do that one of these days.
We can pretend we know nothing about magic. It's much better that way.
Incredible. Sounds perfect.
Okay, you guys arrive at Trollskull Manor in like no time because you guys were literally 2 streets away.
Yeah, sounds good. So great. And I'll tip the driver. Thank you very much. And head inside with Romuald.
Okay, you head inside. There's a bard playing. They're good. There is music to dance to. There are people dancing even. Definitely not fancier dances. Definitely more like a jig or a reel. Something fast and a little tricky with the feet.
That sounds awesome. I'm going to try to see if Grim is downstairs so I can pass off the information as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. Is Grim downstairs?
How late is it?
I'd say 8:39.
I think Grim is downstairs, but heads upstairs when he sees you walk in.
Okay. So then Erebus will...
Not Erebus specifically, but Erebus and Ramiel. But whether Erebus recognizes that distinction isn't up to Erebus.
Oh, I don't know that Erebus will think this is because Romuald's there, but she will say to Romuald, "I'll be right back," and head toward the stairs. Grim.
You're calling to them across the bar?
Well, more closer toward the stairs, because she wouldn't want to call a lot of attention to this, but she does want to stop them before they are out of sight, just to see if she can get their attention.
DM, how do we? Because if they're at the door and have to cross the bar, how do we determine if she can get to the stairs before Grim is out of sight?
I'm gonna say dexterity saving throw.
That sounds fun.
Do I roll that?
Yeah, you're gonna roll it because you're like whirling through bar patrons.
Oh boy, look at me.
I don't mean to be difficult, but also want to be difficult. I'm going to use Indomitable to be rolled at.
My God.
I got trial by step out. Okay, still not good enough. So yes.
I also ignored difficult terrain.
I love that for you.
Oh my God! And I would say a bar is difficult terrain.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah,
That's very
it
relevant.
matters not.
But I love that. Yeah. So you thread through the crowd and call Grimm's name before they have made it around the turn of the landing, and they freeze. Like 2 steps below the landing, but they know they're gone. They know they're in sight.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to keep you, but I do have something important that
You
we
called
just
my
found
name?
out. I did.
Does one typically does that when one does not wish to stop someone?
So, I have urgent information that you probably want, and then you can go.
They will turn very slowly to face Erebus and like peek past her to see if Ramiel has followed her.
She left him at the door, but I don't know if he
Okay.
followed her.
Oh, he did not follow. He is at the bar.
Yeah.
All right. Like
Sh-
intrigued in spite of himself.
Okay, so she goes partway up the stairs, so that she's a little closer and less likely to be heard by the public. At the Gentle Mermaid, we ran into Dresdart Cormalis, that guy with the daughter that Callie wants you to find.
There was a visible like click of recognition on the last name, not on the first name.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
He, according to him, she's at the Caring Hands School. I don't know if you know where that is.
And like they just stare at Erebus for a minute, also having to remember that she was not present for the Caring Hair School.
That was a couple days before she joined, yeah.
I do know where that is.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what I got from him. I thought that would be helpful.
And they just sort of stare at her for a couple seconds. You don't know why I'm staring at you. Like, this doesn't make any sense.
No, it sure does not. But that's not atypical, so I wasn't gonna question you. But if you want me to, I can.
I feel like I should explain. But that's going to require words. It seems unlikely that she's at the Caring Hand School. But we do know where it is, and we can look into it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I assume we're not going anywhere at 9 at night, so,
It is run by Luskan sailors currently.
is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Sure is.
It depends on your point of view. I
like
suppose.
Luskins.
Are you a member of the Waterdaven nobility who has
No?
a daughter who is the Fey nobility are attempting to reclaim?
No, I'm a 200-year-old elf from Comanthor.
This would have been a very awkward time to discover otherwise.
Grim, I think you have observed me long enough to know that I am extremely bad at the long con.
They're going to glance past her to see where Ramiel is.
He has found a small table and has claimed it.
This is not precisely related to what you just said. You do not have to spend time with him just because he died.
I know.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Alright.
And she is saying that sincerely, but she says, I appreciate you saying that.
I won't say it again.
Okay, I mean, but it's
I might say other things, but not that. Not
okay.
what you've heard.
Okay, I'm truly. It's okay. But thank you.
All right. We will talk more about the Caring Hand School tomorrow. Well, and like
Okay.
sort of on all like a hand gesture that like clearly means not just the two of them. Like
Yeah,
God.
we the collective.
the party. Yes, the group. The party with no name.
Very good. Enjoy your evening, I suppose.
You too. I hope you get some good rest.
It was probably time. I was starting to get tired, regardless.
There you go.
So I will continue to flee upstairs, and then I will cease fleeing.
Okay, that was
rest.
all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. That's useful
course.
information.
Great. I'll
Well
see you
done.
tomorrow. Hold on.
No, well done.
Well done. Oh, thank you.
Well done.
I did it without. I actually was kind of good at being subtle for once. It was great.
Inside check. And I'm definitely putting a superiority die on that. Second.
Yep. Do it.
21.
Yep. Open book. She looks very pleased with herself.
And they just sort of eye her for a moment and sort of nod gravely. And then I think they just head upstairs.
That's fair.
They were trying to decide whether to say something, and nothing clever and appropriate was presenting itself. So they're just going to walk upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's fine. Erebus is going to go back down and sit with Romeo.
Delightful.
These two. This is my favorite thing.
Awkward friends.
Awkward friends.
It's amazing. Okay. Corinne,
Yes.
heading to the Court of Miracles.
Uh-huh.
Yep. You get there. No one stops you. They're very used to you guys' presence at this point.
Yeah. I'm going to make a beeline for Ilya's office and hope that she hasn't decided that now is the time that she's going to take a nap.
Yeah, no, you make a, she's in her office. There is a lit candlelight with a little globe of glass over it. And she's doing what appears to be paperwork. Looking at, examining a map, of the Sword Coast and kind of staring at it, staring at some reports. Just looking. Gathering thoughts.
Amazing. Corinne strolls right into her office without, like, she does the knock, like, as she's walking through the door.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, question for you. How would one characterize someone who looks a lot like a paladin of the Raven Queen, but the color scheme is black instead?
Oh, for fuck's sake. So, Shar. Great. So I don't have enough. You know what? This is not a me problem. This is not. It's always gonna be a little bit of a me problem. What happened?
So, long story, I made a deal with an Celestial to do a favor for her and save someone from something bad happening.
Like you do.
Say that one more time.
Like you do.
As you do. And so Eclipse happened. There was a girl who was stood up by her. I hesitate to call him a boyfriend because that's another long story. Anyway, 3 paladins in spooky dark armor and masks approached and said that she was theirs and they had claim to her, and I said fuck off, and they wouldn't, so I threw a fireball bead at them, and then I stabbed the one that was remaining, and then I left.
Mm-hmm. You did not do any of those things. I am telling you right now, you did not do any of those things.
No, of course
You were
not.
here helping me with paperwork all night.
And it was quite tedious.
We're both going cross-eyed.
It's really not something that either of us should be left with.
Truly not our forte. And you see her, like,
No.
move to a mirror and, like, brush her hair. And, like, slap her cheeks a couple times to, like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah. So City Watch will probably be calling on the court in a matter of hours.
Oh, I imagine so. I did warn them this was going to fucking happen.
Is this something that's happened before?
On the eclipse. So there is an offshoot of the Raven Queen. It's... Some believe that the Raven Queen and Shar are like the same thing, and some people think that the Raven Queen is an aspect of Shar that is just more popular, and it gets very stupid very quickly. Let's just say that there is a goddess called Shar who may or may not be the Raven Queen, whose visuals are very similar to ours, that, you know, occasionally do things like kidnap worshippers of Salon and eat them.
I was with you until that last part.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. This is why blades, not prayers. Like, the religion
surely that's a
never.
metaphorical consumption. You know,
no,
like...
No, it is not. It is quite literal. You said you saved a young girl? Yeah, that does not surprise me even a little bit. And you'd think the City Watch at this point when I say things like, I don't know, there is a eclipse today. Perhaps we double the guard everywhere. Maybe we keep an eye out for stupid things happening.
Well, to their credit, they did come very quickly after the explosion.
Maybe they did listen. We doubled the guard at the City of the Dead for this particular reason as well. Eclipses are the worst. This is why I took a nap today. Knew I was going to be up all night. I have coffee. Would you like some coffee?
Always, please.
Let's have some coffee. She pours you both a cup of coffee.
Yep.
It's hot. Like,
Yep.
she is, like, she knew she was gonna be up all night. Like, it's like full moon in the yard. She knew.
Yeah. Corinne kind of takes the seat in her office and is just like sipping.
Right. I had hoped that there would be no fuckery tonight. I thought that the dragons were enough, but...
Well, preventative fuckery.
They attempted something. It is a good thing you were there.
I'm glad it was quick.
Me as well. And I'm glad you saved her life quickly. It's not pleasant to be eaten alive.
It doesn't get better when...
Details
really
don't make it
impossible.
better?
No, well, you think you hear it and you're going to get used to hearing it, and it really is continuously unsettling every time.
That's... You know what? Continuously unsettling every time just sounds about right for sure.
Gods are weird.
Gods are fucking weird. And she'll hold up her coffee cup to cheers to that.
Yeah. Corinne raises her cup as well.
How the fuck did I end up here?
I'm assuming it's a rhetorical question.
Our family motto is literally religion never. She just
Well-
sighs and shakes her head and finishes her coffee.
Yeah. Corinne just lets her have that.
Alright, I'm going to go speak with the head of the City Watch, because he is going to come storming, breathless and red-faced, probably a little sweaty, into my office in about 15 minutes.
Oh, I should go then.
Yes, you should go. But remember, you were here all night. I
Yes.
had you doing boring paperwork for a not-so-secret organization.
Yes. It's very tedious. Lots of boxes to check.
So many. Requisition orders, it's the worst.
Bureaucracy.
Alright, it's good.
Going. She pops her hood up and then heads very quickly back the way she came. Heading to the call this time.
On your way out, you do see a sweaty man. He's short. He looks like he might be a dwarf. Sweaty, bald spot on the top of his head. Wearing full plate. Just trudging towards Ilya's office. Looks like he is struggling to keep his breath as he not runs, but, moves, speed walks in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Corinne is backing up the alibi, just to make herself a little bit just memorable enough for the officers. The stairs on the left typically are less traveled if you're trying to make haste.
He looks at you, kind of clocks you for a second, then nods, and then will continue walking.
Great. And then she heads to the call.
Alright, everyone back at the call. At more or less the same time, give or take 5 or 10 minutes.
Awesome. I
Like
think
I
by then, Erebus and Romulo are in the middle of rousing group dance
Oh yeah, there's
with
like
other
a
patrons.
there's like a big country dance going on. There's a lot of turning in circles and crossing two lines that are. There's a lot of crashing happening too because everyone's had quite a few.
Incredible. Okay, so Erebus is just having a great time. We did the thing, and now we're just having dancing as this evening was supposed to be all along.
Yes, Corinne, you get back, and Romuald and Erebus in full fancy clothes are dressing with the rest of your bar patrons.
Just walks in the door. Sure. Why not? Kind of glances towards Erebus and just calls over. Craps table got the better of you.
She looks over, grins, is like, "No, we got the better of it, and then got bored." Wink.
Oh, wink. You can't wink at Corinne without her interpreting that.
She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that.
Yep. So got bored, and then Corinne kind of slow grin, just expression of haha, and then peeks the paladin book out of her bag.
Not that way.
You said you were bored. And how else was I supposed to interpret that?
Erebus is truly too triumphant and on top of everything's coming up Erebus right now. She is too much riding this high to be bothered by it. She's like, "Well, I'm not in charge of your brain."
You're remarkably relaxed.
I'm having a great evening.
You know what? Good for you. Romuald, treat her nicely this evening. And then heads up to the stairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Incredible. Moves into the next part of the dance.
There's a lot of joking and spitting happening.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
This is very much more Erebus's speed. And she gets to wear a fancy dress for it, so
Yeah.
win-win.
I love that for her.
Corinne, you gonna go find Grim?
I think she goes to her room first, assuming that it's early for them. So, like, I think she assumes that they're still in the tavern space, but that may or may not be the case.
True,
but
but you didn't see them, so.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I think I need to know how long after Grim fleeing upstairs, Karen is coming upstairs.
Probably like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, I'd guess.
Delightful. They are standing in the room, like, not far inside the door, sort of staring at the bed, where the real bosun is cuddled up next to the stuffed bosun, snoring loudly. I don't think they've yet noticed the note. I think they just walked in and saw this and blue screened.
Incredible. So Corinne walks in.
They jump a mile.
It's me.
And they just point at the bed.
She closes the door behind her. Yes. So that's for you.
It looks like it's for him. He seems very happy with it. What is it?
Well, I have been told that it is a whimsy.
Bosun, are you a whimsy? And he snores louder. You found someone who knows what he is?
I'm not referring to Bosun. Wait, no. Oh, I need to back up. Do you remember that teddy bear that we found up north?
Like, looking at her now as if, like, they are wondering if she has lost her mind entirely? Yes.
Do you remember how you didn't have nightmares that night?
No.
Do you remember how you woke rested the next morning? So she's like trying to find, like trying a different angle.
They're like racking their mind. I remember that bear was there when I woke up, and someone, I assumed you thought it was a very good joke. I think
Go ahead.
I think I did feel rather rested.
So I know that you don't necessarily believe this is the case, but the bear was moving around and active while you were sleeping and shooing things away as you slept. And I've been told that those things were nightmares.
I need to insight check this.
I mean, Corinne doesn't know magic. She's just reporting it as she... Holy shit.
33?
I mean, she's reporting it as she understands it.
And they like stare at her for a few seconds and then look over at the bed, where Bosun continues to snore away, happily snuggled up next to this adorable yet unsettling creature, unsettling doll. And they look back at Corinne. I'm trying to process what you're saying. And I'm not entirely sure why I'm having so much trouble, since it is not the strangest thing that I have ever heard, but it may be the strangest thing I have heard you say.
That's understandable and that's fair. Perhaps,
I know you would not lie to me about my nightmares, though.
no.
I don't mean that. I just... And I look back at the bosun. And then back at her. This is not a stuffed bear, though.
Well, no. I wanted something a little bit more personal for you.
And they stare for like another couple of seconds, and then it clicks. And they just kind of like the expression just kind of goes very, very soft. I think I'm just gonna reach out and like pull her into a hug.
She returns the embrace, like, kind of like, okay, they get it. Okay. Okay.
And after a few seconds of that, they'll sort of pull back just enough to like look at her. I'm very confused still.
That's all right. It might make more sense after a night's sleep.
You got me a stuffed animal.
Essentially, yes. With a celestial spirit inhabiting it. That's what I was. She points to the note. I don't know if you read that, but I had to go take care of a favor.
Oh, you know what the state of the note is.
Oh, has Bosun ripped?
As they both look over at it, the note it's not ripped up, but it's definitely like crumpled and a little bit damp, and like it has been nommed upon.
She kind of clocks it and is like, that's on me. I should have thought of that.
You got me a stuffed animal, and you got Bosun a bit of paper.
I suppose I did.
And they'll just sort of pull her back in. You're very thoughtful.
I do what I can.
I was going to... It's been a very long day and I'm very tired.
Time for bed?
If it's alright with you. It is your bed.
She nods. It's fine. You've been very busy, what with getting a library card and naming yourself and collecting books and armor and shields and blades.
Like, still stand there with their arms around her. If I can't move in the morning, I think that's to be expected. You may have to...
From carrying all those things.
Roll me out of the bed.
All right.
But not too early.
I will ensure that your feet touch the floor at some point tomorrow morning.
Before a week has passed, yes, please. Also, we need to explain the Caring Hand School to Erebus.
Oh, all right. Why?
It's a very long story. I'm trying to decide if I sort of like pulling back just far enough to look at her again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide if I tell you whether you will stay here or whether you will run off to deal with it immediately. Which do you think?
Oh, I probably would go at least tell Erebus why she needs to know about the Caring Hand School or what she needs to know about it.
I will tell you in the morning then.
All right.
You have also had a very long day with a very long errand.
It's true.
And I think then they, like, realize and look back over at the bed. Was that the errand?
This morning,
Yes.
perhaps. Like, transparently, yes.
And this evening?
The other half of the errand. The favor. There was a...
Is there one
Well-
that will give your enemies nightmares? This one will take them away, and the other one, there will be another one that gives them to someone else. Like
I did not ask.
they're kidding.
She doesn't know. I didn't ask. Didn't think to.
I am only concerned that he looks very comfortable. Bosun does, and he's right in the middle of your pillows.
Well, he had 2 pillows last night. We can offer him 2 pillows again tonight. Or we can move him forcibly to a different set of pillows, because it is my bed. And as much as I would hate to make Bosun uncomfortable, I do have dominion over this space.
Bosun snores louder in the background.
You're awake.
I think Jill just laughs and hugs her again. And doesn't does not believe this whimsy thing, but is very touched by the gesture. I guess we'll see if they feel differently in the morning.
We'll find out.
Bosun definitely is clinging to the whimsy with with many of his tentacles.
Very curious about how it behaves once it's awakened. That should be interesting.
Yeah. So if it is like scooping up Bosun and relocating him to another lounging surface will work, but he's definitely trying to carry the whimsy with him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. I don't know if Corinne allows that or if there's a separation of the puppets.
I mean, I think Corinne assumes because she has seen how a whimsy works, like it has agency and moves itself. So she's kind of like, I mean, it can figure it out. It'll do what it needs to do. Yeah. So Bosun can have it for now.
I love that for him. Yeah, I think Grim's just gonna crawl into bed and
Okay.
try to get some rest.
Yeah.
Are Romuel and Aravis closing down the bar?
Probably. No one needs to sleep here.
That's true. They are both elves. I feel like the drinks don't stop though, so you guys might both be tipsy by the end of the night.
Yep, no problem. At least I'm at home. But oh man, this is tough. Because Aravis was not intending to ask Romuel to stay. I guess,
So, Romuel will walk you to your door,
okay.
and he will give you a very long kiss.
Okay, Aravis is into it.
And then he will pull away, kiss your hand, give you a wink, and walk away.
Good night.
Good night.
Awesome. Okay. Aravis watches him go.
It's 100% a sachet, by the way. He has had
Mhm.
enough to drink that it is straight up a sachet.
Oh, yeah. Great.
He is very
Love that
pleased
for
with
him.
himself. He is
Yeah.
not hiding it.
Yeah. And Erebus watches him, and she is also pleased that this evening went well, and he had a good time, and she had a good time, and everyone had a good time. And also, she has dragons in the house. So she's like, oh, wait, I have a teenager now. And goes to, like, she peeks into her room to see if Sable's in there. Is he?
So there is a black cat and a amethyst gem dragon that are in a cuddle pile.
Aww, babies.
Just seeping.
Cute. Okay, great. Then clearly everything is fine here. Yeah, awesome. So she allows herself to drift back to Cloud 9 because everything is normal. And is like, wow, this was a great evening. I feel so good about myself right now. And just kind of wind down, hum to herself a little bit, get undressed, get ready to trance, and just generally be pleased about life.
Okay.
She will write in the notebook really quickly, hey, just let me know you got home okay.
Mm-hmm. You get back. I appear to have walked in to a bit of a mess, but I'm going to opt out of this one.
She'll reply, glad this is a mess you can opt out of. Trance well. With a little heart.
You as well. And a little heart back. And the notes stop. Because he's going
Okay,
to bed.
yeah. Yep, fair enough. She's gonna settle in and just enjoy that this was a good evening and no one died and everything was great and she helped her friend.
Well, not no one.
Erebus doesn't know. She hasn't seen she hasn't talked to Corinne at any sort of length. She has seen Corinne.
Mm-hmm. I think, on that note, we're going to call it for tonight. So I don't want Rebecca to miss too much.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm so excited for her to come back to the about the Caring Hand School conversation.
That's a fun wrinkle.
That was hilarious because I know about the Caring Hand School because I read the transcripts and Erebus has no idea.
And Grim was like, I cannot, like, this seems unlikely, but I, like, we do not have time right now to unpack why.
Yeah.
We don't have time to unpack all that right now.
To be fair, it could still be at the school. It's just not the Caring Hand School anymore.
Yeah. That's
And a lot
fascinating
of the kids
because
did stay.
a lot of the kids did stay, so I guess the ramifications of that, because it's been a month since that all went down.
Yep.
I considered that, but Grim did not.
So,
yeah, awesome.
So the conclusion you can draw from that is the last Dresdark has had information from his daughter is about a month ago. Give or take a little bit more time on the front end.
Yeah. Wow.
He at least hasn't heard from her in at least a month.
That's probably fine.
Yeah.
Definitely fine.
Okay. Well, we have a lead. We don't not